Okay, y'all. This episode 16, is all fluff. So if you expected to have this battle between Soju and Suho to see who's gonna win Jukyung's heart, that is not gonna happen at all. The text preview was accurate. The video preview was trying to just send us for a loop. All right, so in the beginning of this episode, we start with the hug that Sejun gave Jukyung. Suho sees it. Later on, Suho stops Sejun and they go for a drink, where Suho's basically like, look, I met with Jukyung. I know she still loves me and that y'all aren't dating. And Sejun's basically like, yeah, that's right. I was just trying to confess my feelings and get dumped like I was trying to do 2 years ago, but was unable to do. So they just keep drinking, they get drunk, and go to their houses. It's not a big deal at all. That next day, Jukyung goes to see Sejun in his company at the management company. She calls him down. So he comes down. He's already thinking, yeah, I know she's calling me down to dump me, but he doesn't let her dump him. He just tells her, hey, I'm actually really busy right now, but I heard that Suho is leaving to go to America tonight. He's packing and he's gonna leave right away, so go get him, basically, and basically pushes her away to go to Suho. He runs up the stairwell and like cries his eyes out, thinking about all the wonderful moments that he had with Jukyung, which has the birthday shot in it, and it has a few other shots like the high school graduation. We finally see that shot. Jukyung is so surprised that Suho is leaving overnight to go fly back to America that she runs to Suho's house, literally runs down the street, tries to catch a taxi, and runs all the way to his front door, knocks on the door, bursts in, and it's just like, no, you cannot go to America again. You would be such a horrible person if you do that. Suho's like, what are you talking about? And that's when we find out that Sejun lied about the whole thing. Suho kind of internalizes that without telling Jukyung too much, but he's like, I'm not leaving. I can't leave after just meeting you. So Jukyung realizes that she just bared her soul basically to Suho. She gets embarrassed, runs away, and that's when he grabs her from the preview and says, no, you can't go home this late. Let me at least take you home. So they get in his car and they have their nice heart-to-heart talk about how hard it was for him, how hard it was for her, and how they're happy that they can be back together again. When they drive to her house, she also sees that he still has the keychain, and they just kind of chat. He chides her a bit on how she needs to eat more fiber and vegetables to make herself more regular. She's embarrassed, so she tells him to pull over the car so she can go home without him. But he pulls over the car and leans in and gives her a very nice kiss. So she goes home just super happy about this kiss, you know. She pulls out the box she has of all of Suho's things and starts taking things out again and just remembering all the wonderful memories she has of Suho. But she still has to break up with Sejun, technically. So she meets with Sejun at a cafe. He knows she's about to break up with him. So he basically is like, yes, I know you still love Suho, and I'm sorry that I made you all confused. I won't have a reason to date anyone anyway because I'm about to debut, so let's just eat our food. And they just start eating and take over their friendship once again, even though it is a tiny bit awkward, but they're still kind of just going on that friendship path. Jukyung has another issue, which is this idol who drives her crazy. But instead of taking it, now Jukyung fires back at the idol and is like, I'm not doing all this stuff for you anymore. You take out your own cucumbers from this gimbap, basically. The idol's like, what? How can you just be yelling at me? I'm an idol. And the manager comes out, pushes Jukyung, asks her what happened. Sujin comes out of nowhere, spin kicks the manager. He falls to the ground. And I'm just like, what? Sujin's here? Okay. So Jukyung and Sujin go off and chat. They have their moment of closure where Sujin's just like, I went crazy. My father and mother got divorced. I lived with my aunt. Now I'm my normal person again. Okay, that's the end of that with Soojin. Ju-kyung's just happy to see her. Suho, this entire episode, got approached by Hee-kyung, who is Ju-kyung's sister, to re-record the song he made with Se-yeon, his best friend, and for that song to be used for Sejun, which I really like. So he works on that basically the whole first hour of the episode and makes up a really nice song. Sejun is going to use it for his debut. One thing they tried to slip in was this competition that Ju-kyung was applying for. She saw the flyer at her company. She does not end up getting in this competition, but I think they're just kind of really low on things to talk about in this show because, you know, they never had a lot of story going for them. So she uses Suho to help with her makeup competition to try to get into the competition. And it's a cute moment with her putting on his makeup. She doesn't end up getting in, but her boss does tell her that she did a good job with the application, and she's really impressed because Ju-kyung is the youngest person who tried. The most important scene probably for Ju-kyung and Suho's relationship that they teased in the text preview was this adult dating that they're doing now, which of course is just sleeping together. Taehoon is going to the military. He and Suho went out drinking, but Suha and Ju-kyung think that they went to a hookup bar when actually they just went to a sauna, which is why Suho had all of the sauna bathroom items that he was holding. Suho gets super drunk. Ju-kyung takes him home, and we see that Suha and Taehoon kind of get back together again, so they start dating again. And at home, they both fall asleep on the bed. It's too late for Ju-kyung to go back home, so he asks her if she can stay and then starts kissing her on her neck, and they go to the bedroom together. Fade out on that scene. In the morning, he cooks her something really nice to eat for breakfast and also tells her she has to eat a lot of fiber to keep herself regular. Of course, she hates it, shoves some food in his mouth. The rest of this episode is fluff, 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 fluff about the sisters' wedding. That scene goes on for so long. I was just wondering, like, why is this scene going on for so long? After that, it's Sejun's debut, which I would have appreciated that it was longer. Like, it should have been as long as the wedding scene, but it was really short. It was almost an afterthought. He comes out, Ju-kyung puts on his makeup a little bit, and he sings 2 songs. Like, literally, I feel like they played the entire 2 songs. One of them is the song that Suho wrote with his best friend and Sejun. And we get the flashback of everything that's happened over the drama, and that's kind of the end of that. We end at the comic book store. They show Suho and Ju-kyung sitting at the comic book store. She goes to grab another book. He grabs it instead, and we see that the book's name is Happy Ever After, or, you know, Happy Ending or something. And that's the end of the episode. It's like there's no tension, there's no drama. The preview tricked us all. Suho was just number 1 from the beginning, which I think a lot of us knew he would just be number 1 from the beginning. Sejun was just the friend who liked Ju-kyung but never stood a chance. And that's how it ends. All in all, this show I thought was super adorable. I thought it was super cute. It did not have any story going for it, especially after, I want to say, like the 8th episode. About halfway through, they started running out of story. With the director of this, he did Extraordinary You. Extraordinary You also kind of started to fall apart around the 8th or 10th episode, but it was excellent in the beginning. I feel like True Beauty was the same. It was really, really good in the beginning, and then they ran out of story and are kind of just adding things in as they go. If you like the leads, which I do, Suho, Ju-kyung, Sejun, if you like those actors, then I feel like you'll really like this show. But if you're kind of like, oh, I'm actually in this for the story of it, then you're probably going to peace out after like episode 6 or 7 or something like that. I enjoyed it. It was fluffy. It was fun. The last episode is just all fluff, and I feel like they wrapped everything up which is really in the end all you hope for with K-dramas. Don't give me a crazy ending that flips the script on everything. All right, and that's the end of this drama. We are picking up more shows, so I have those with me. So now that I think this is the Wednesday, Thursday show ended, the other shows we plan on picking up on Wednesday, Thursday is Sisyphus, which starts airing February 17th. They pushed the date back. After that will be Mouse. They'll both be airing at the same time. I feel like we can only cover one show, but we'll see how it goes to see which show we like the most to cover all the way to the end. The Monday, Tuesday dramas, we're covering She Would Never Know. We haven't had a lot of time to get to it, but now since we don't have a show next week, we'll be able to catch up. And there's this new show coming out called River Where the Moon Rises, which we both have our eyes on. And I think we're really going to try to cover that one. I'm kind of excited for that one because it's a historical, but it's not set in the Joseon dynasty. It's set in like a pretty far past dynasty of Korea. So I'm just really excited to see what that looks like. And on Saturday and Sunday, after Mr. Queen ends, we want to cover Vincenzo, which will air February 20th. It's going to be 20 episodes. It's on TVN, but it's also going to be shown on Netflix. So everybody should have a chance to watch it. And hopefully we have some really good chats about it because I just love talking to everybody about Korean dramas. So that's it. I hope you liked True Beauty and you liked the ending. And I will see y'all on the next drama.